Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on Facebook and YouTube, and welcome to Laura Dubin and Antonio Guerrero's Virtual Jazz Club. The music that you just heard was an album that we released last year called Laura Dubin Trio Plays West Side Story, and we've performed some of these pieces in our live stream concerts in previous weeks. There's a couple more that we will probably play eventually. We are doing these concerts every night at 8:30 p.m., and today we just found out that Jazz at Lincoln Center has listed our nightly live stream concerts in their blog, where they have a list of musicians who are doing live stream concerts all around the world. And our listing is actually one of the first ones there because we are doing these concerts every day.
Every day.
Yeah. So we are so excited about that. If there's anybody here who is watching for the first time, and maybe you're watching this because you saw that listing today, feel free to leave a comment and say hello. And no matter who you are, and no matter how you found out about these concerts, you can leave a comment on Facebook and YouTube. Let us know where you're watching from and introduce yourself if you're new. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of our patrons who have been making this dream of a virtual jazz club possible for us. Now, if you'd like to become a patron yourself, you can visit lauradubin.com, or you can click on the link directly in this video, in the Facebook video and YouTube video, and you'll find 3 ways that you can make a contribution. And the first way is that you can
Purchase our albums.
And the second is to
Make a one-time donation.
And the third is
Become a monthly patron of Laura Dubin Jazz.
And if you prefer not to make a donation online, but you'd like to talk about another method, you can send me a private message here on Facebook, or you can email me through the contact form on my website.
We always respect the privacy of our donors.
And also, just to mention real quick, when you click on the link in the video, the first thing that you will see is pictures of the album covers. To find the donation area, just scroll a little bit past that, and you'll see everything right on that page. So tonight, we'd like to start off with such a fun and upbeat and happy tune, just to get you in a good mood if you're not already in one. And earlier this year, it was the start of 2020, and it was the anniversary of the Roaring Twenties, which is also known as the Jazz Age. And so we decided to play a bunch of music from the 1920s, and we'd like to share one of those pieces with you right now. This is called 5'2" Eyes of Blue, also known as Has Anybody Seen My Gal? And I learned this tune from an episode of I Love Lucy, just like I learned so many of my favorite songs. There's actually an episode where Lucy sings and dances to this song and plays the ukulele. In fact, I think it's actually in 2 episodes. So that's how I learned this little number.
It's not a little down, a little lower the shot in YouTube? No?
No, it's fine.
It's fine?
You get the position? Yeah, it's all right. love to dance around the house when I'm listening to that tune. That's called Has Anybody Seen My Gal? Or 5'2" Eyes of Blue. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Next, we'd like to play a piece by Antonio Carlos Jobim. And those of you who have been watching our nightly concerts know that we love to play Jobim's music. He was just such a prolific composer. And especially now that we're playing a lot of his music, I'm realizing how many compositions he has. And we haven't even scratched the surface of his body of work, even though it seems like we've played so many of his tunes already. They're all so beautiful. They've all got something unique about them. And this one is called Wave. That was called Wave by the great Antonio Carlos Jobim. Thank you so much to everybody who's here tonight. I know there are always some folks tuning in, after the first song or two. And so one more time, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to all of our patrons who have been making this dream of having a virtual jazz club possible for us. It's been such a joy to continue sharing our music with you during this time, and we'd love to keep this going for a very long time. If you'd like to become a patron yourself, please visit lauradubin.com, or you can click on the link right in the video. And if you're watching this on YouTube, the way to find the link is just to click on the little arrow underneath the video, and that should bring up more information, and that's where you should see the link. When you click there, you will see 3 different ways that you can make a contribution. And the first thing you can do is
purchase our albums.
And the second thing you can do is
make a one-time donation.
And the third thing is to
become a monthly patron of Laura Dubin Jazz.
And if you prefer not to make a donation online for any reason, you can send me a private message on Facebook, or you can contact me through the form on my website, and we can talk about another method. And to see the donation area on the page, just scroll a little bit past the pictures of the album covers, and that's where you'll find all that info. Next, we'd like to play a composition by Bill Evans, and this is such a beautiful waltz that he composed, but it's a very minor waltz, and not just because it's in a minor key, but it's got a lot of heart-wrenching emotion in it. But it's a beautiful composition. And this is called Two Lonely People, though I think right now we could call it Millions of Lonely People. So now that we're all isolating and social distancing from each other. So it seemed like kind of an appropriate song to play tonight.
But jazz brings us together.
That is true. Thank you. It really does. That was called Two Lonely People by Bill Evans. And that is not a song about us, by the way. We definitely don't feel lonely because we have each other.
Thank you.
Yes, well, thank you all for being here with us. I
Yeah,
meant, like, we don't feel lonely in our own house because we are together, but we do miss our friends and family
Thank you.
so much. So it's great to stay connected with you virtually during this time. After that piece, Two Lonely People, we need to pick things up a little bit. So this next one is called They All Laughed. And maybe that'll be us. Like, we're all kind of lonely during this quarantine, but maybe years from now we'll look back on some things and laugh. Maybe some things that we all did to entertain ourselves during this time. I'm sure that we'll have many, many memories of that in the years to come. So this is called They All Laughed, and this is by George and Ira Gershwin. That was called They All Laughed. Exactly. I have to say that is definitely us every day. No matter what's going on in our lives and in the world, we always make each other laugh, which is one of my many favorite things about being married to you.
Merci beaucoup.
Oh, de nada, because I don't remember how to say you're welcome in French. If there's any French speakers out there, please leave it in the comment. I know we learned when we went to Paris. I want to say it was de rien. Anybody out there can correct me if I was mistaken about that.
Parlez-vous français?
Exactly.
Jan can tell us. Please, Jan, tell us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Actually, I've got his little French guidebook right here. I should look it up. By the way, I've got a funny story about this guidebook. Before we went to Paris this past summer, my dad gave us this guidebook from when he took a trip to Paris in the 1980s. And we weren't thinking, and we were looking through this, and we were like, where's all the stuff about the internet? And then we were like, oh, of course. Didn't exist back then, at least not like we have today.
Very
like a
helpful.
time
it has
capsule.
a lot of good things for
Very helpful.
conversation and looking for places
Yeah.
and dinner and things like that. Thank you, Jan.
Yeah, thank you, Dad. If there's anybody out there who's watching this for the first time, we are in the middle of recording our 8th album right now. We've got 7 albums that we've released. We did our first one in 2013, and then last year we recorded albums 5, 6, and 7. And the album that we are working on right now is all original music about Paris, based on the trip that we took last summer. We actually went and performed there, which was an amazing experience. And of course, I'll talk about that more because we'll be preparing some kind of online album release event once it's ready. And I'll have an announcement about that hopefully in a couple of weeks. But if there's any new folks listening right now, I just wanted to mention that. You can be on the lookout for that event coming soon. So we have just a few more tunes to play, and actually this next one is about another city very close to my heart, and the title of this song is completely true for me. This is called I Left My Heart in San Francisco, which of course was made famous by the great Tony Bennett. And I read his memoir a few years ago. I can't remember if you read it after I was finished with it. I think actually my dad borrowed it after I read it, but he said something about how that song was his ticket to go all over the world because it was such a hit for him that he was just invited to perform everywhere and for so many important people after that. And so that song really changed Tony's life. And I have to say that it was a life-changing city for me to visit as well. I have wonderful memories of going there with my family, with my dad and my brother and my grandma Bunny while she was still with us. And we went to visit my Uncle David and my Aunt Yolanda in San Jose, which is not too far from San Francisco. And so both times that we went to visit them as a family, we took some wonderful trips to San Francisco. And you'll see some of those photos here now. So we hope you enjoy them. I left my heart in San Francisco. This goes out to my dad and Uncle David if they're here watching. That was a classic song. I Left My Heart in San Francisco. I'd like to dedicate that to my dad and my Uncle David. And there's actually, I'm going to pause it right there just for a sec.
Oh yeah.
That's my, well, they're facing away from the camera, but that's my grandma Bunny there on the left. And yeah, that's my brother Nick and my dad and my Uncle David in front there. So just lots of happy memories. And also, this is one of my favorite pictures ever of me and my dad. This might be kind of hard to tell in the camera. Those are actually hats that look like beer mugs that we're holding. And my dad is also wearing a hat that says "Got Beer" on it. That was a crazy hat store. Like, literally, that's what that store was all about. Like, the most epic hats you can imagine. Also, I think I'm wearing an alligator hat on my head. So I just love that picture. So, Dad, I just had to share that with our listeners. I can't believe how fast this went by, but we've got just one song left to play for you. And remember that we are here every night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, which all of our regular listeners know. But for any new people who might be joining us tonight, we are here every night. We haven't taken a day off since we began, which was on March 16th. And so we just played concert number 50 earlier this week.
We never repeat the music.
Nope, we haven't repeated any songs other than one special request that we had, which we were happy to honor because that was Take 5, which is such a classic song, and it was 5/4 day. So that must mean we've played over 300 songs by now, and we plan to keep going and see how long we can go without repeating more tunes, unless we have special requests.
We already ordered the ink for the printer.
Oh, that's true, for
it's
printing out some new tunes. And we still have more that in our collection that we haven't even gotten to yet. So it's been just a great project for us during this time. So one more time, just a quick recap. Huge thank you to all of our friends and family and our patrons who have been making this virtual jazz club dream possible for us. We appreciate your support so much. And some of you have been with us from the very beginning, from week 1, and we are almost at the end of week 8 now. So we thank you all so much for being along on this journey with us. If you'd like to become a patron yourself, please visit lauradubin.com, or you can click on the link right in the video. The link is right in the Facebook video. And on YouTube, if you click on the little arrow beneath the video to bring up more information, that is where you will find the direct link there. And there are 3 different ways to make a contribution when you click on that page. And the first way is that you can
purchase our albums.
And the second way is
make a one-time donation.
And the third thing is
become a monthly patron of Laura Dubin Jazz.
Perfect. And if you prefer not to make a donation online, you can email me through the contact form on my website, or send me a private Facebook message, and we can talk about another method. Everything on my website is secure, but I know sometimes people prefer not to do those things online, and we totally understand. And if you're not able to make a donation right now, we really just thank you for being here. It's been great to have you in our audience, and we really appreciate your support. Just having an audience during this time really means a lot to us. I see that a lot of people were listening tonight. If you haven't already left a comment, please leave a comment and say hello, because after this last piece, we're going to read through the comments on Facebook and YouTube and say hi to everybody. And if you're watching this for the first time, please introduce yourself. And if you're here because you happen to see our information on Lincoln Center, Jazz at Lincoln Center's blog, please let us know. We just found out today that they included our nightly live streams in their events listings.
We are so happy about that.
Yeah, we're really excited about that. They've got a page on their blog dedicated to event listings of live stream concerts that are happening around the world. And ours is actually one of the first ones on the page, because the very first thing you see is events that are happening daily, and then after that you see the full calendar of each individual day. But since we're doing these every day, ours is one of the first things there. So we're really excited about that, and hopefully we have some new listeners here tonight who maybe saw that. Yeah. So our last tune is by the composer and bandleader Isham Jones. This is another song from the 1920s. This is called "There Is No Greater Love." called There Is No Greater Love by Ishem Jones. And that is all the music for tonight, but we'd love to stick around and chat with all of you for a few minutes. I saw some comments popping up while we were playing, and I'm excited to see who they're all from. If you're watching this on my personal Facebook page, or if you're watching this on my Facebook music page, but you haven't liked it yet, please go ahead and give it a like. And I just saw we're at 600 likes now, so we're excited about that. The great thing for you, if you like my Facebook page, is that you'll be notified whenever we do these live videos or anytime we post any other kind of content. It's all music related. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can go ahead and click on the subscribe button. And same thing, you'll be notified whenever we do these live videos or anytime we upload a non-live video. And if you're watching this on Facebook, but you also enjoy to watch videos on YouTube, you can also, of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel and vice versa. If you're watching this on YouTube, but you also use Facebook sometimes, please go ahead and like the page. And you can also sign up for my mailing list. If you're not already on my list, that's always the first place where I make announcements when we have news to share. And of course, I always post them on my Facebook page as well. But that is the first place that I always reveal any news that we have. And I only send out emails a couple times a month, so it's nothing spammy or anything like that. You can just go right to my website, lauradubin.com, and right there on the home page, you'll see a sign-up form. You just type your email address and then click Sign Me Up, and then that comes straight to me. Oh, there it is. I'm using a different device tonight. See. Any info that I forgot to mention while I'm pulling this up?
Probably we always respect
Yes.
we always respect the privacy of our donors, just
Yes.
because well, we always think that is
we're
better.
grateful. We're so grateful for all of everybody's support. I think we don't mention any names here in the
No,
in
it's
the
our
live
way
video
to
just to
respect,
respect everybody's privacy. Let's see. Oh, hey, you know what?
Ah.
It looks like I can see all the comments here.
Oh,
Ooh, great.
very
At least I
nice.
think so.
Some
Oh, that's
little
wonderful. Finally something good about got so many devices now with different things set up. So, great. I see that Greg Bell is watching. Hey, Greg, thank you so much for watching.
Thank you, Greg.
Greg, a little shout out. Our friend Greg Bell has a great blog called Jazz Rochester, and he does such an excellent job of promoting all of the local jazz musicians here in town. He always lists everybody's live performances on his blog. And now that obviously there aren't any performances and venues going on, he's been diligently sharing everybody's live stream info. He did a little story about us a few weeks ago when we were getting started. So Greg, thank you so much for watching. Great to have you here in our virtual audience tonight.
Thank you, Greg.
Oops, that thing turned off. Come back. I'm just going to keep touching the phone to keep it from showing off. Or from shutting off. Hey, Donna, thank you so much for watching.
Thank you,
She
Donna.
says, congrats on being listed in the jazz blog. Oh, thank you so much. She says, hope you have lots of gigs in NYC someday. Yeah, that'd be great. We've performed there a few times. It's been a couple years, though, so we hope to go back there soon, as soon as we're all allowed to travel again.
Yeah.
But thank you so much, Donna. We really
Thank you,
appreciate
Donna.
that. She says, let's see. Oh, oh my gosh, great story. I think I remember reading this story in Tony's book, but I'm going to share it now. So Donna says, the sheet music for I Left My Heart in San Francisco was collecting dust inside Ralph Sharon's shirt drawer for years.
Oh.
Finally, he uncovered it to play in San Francisco's Fairmont Hotel. Ralph Sharon was the former jazz pianist for Tony Bennett. And then that song became Tony's trademark, making him a citizen of the world. Yeah, that's exactly what he called himself, I think, or calls himself. It was on the B-side of the song Once Upon a Time. That's an amazing story. And actually, now that I'm reading that, I remember reading in Tony's memoir that they put San Francisco on the B-side of the record, thinking that the other song was going to become the hit. But I Left My Heart in San Francisco ended up being the big hit there.
Nice.
So thank you so much for watching, Donna.
Thank you for sharing the
Yeah.
story. Thank you, Donna.
Hey, Linda, great to have you here. We miss you. She
Thank
says,
you, Linda.
5'2" is one of my very favorite old tunes. Thanks for that arrangement. Happy start to the evening. Wonderful. That was our goal with that song. You just can't be in a bad mood when you hear that
it's a
or
great
play
music.
that.
Yeah.
And for anybody who wants to find those episodes of I Love Lucy, it's something where Ricky's doing like a Roaring '20s theme at his club, and of course Lucy, isn't supposed to be performing there, but she breaks into the act and ends up singing and performing that song. Hey, Joni and Alicia, great to have you both here. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you, Johnny.
Just tuned in.
and
Hope I
Alicia.
didn't miss that much. That's okay if you weren't able to see it from the start. That's totally okay. And as soon as the live stream ends, and this goes for anybody who is not aware of this, maybe if we have new people joining us, once the live stream is over, the video will still be here on my Facebook page and on my YouTube channel. So you can always go back and listen again from the beginning if you tuned in like in the middle of it. So I'm glad you mentioned that, Joni, because that gave us a chance to tell our audience that.
Thank you. That's why it's very important to have all the comments.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Siobhan, hey Siobhan, we miss you so
Siobhan.
much. She
Thank
says,
you, Siobhan.
I remember Ginger Rogers singing "They All Laughed" in the movie Shall We Dance. Oh my god, I love that
Shall
movie.
We
We watched that
Dance?
one together. She wears that kind of weird dress in that number that, oh yeah, it looks like it has eggs on it. I remember that. As soon as this quarantine is over, can we watch that movie together?
Yeah.
My sister Siobhan and I and we also love to watch Fred and Ginger movies, and then pretend that we know how to tap dance and try dancing around the house as they're dancing.
Thank you, Siobhan, for
Yeah.
watching. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, she also says that that's another one that Jonathan and Darlene play. Oh, that must be on their songs
Oh.
for Sheiks and Flappers album. I gotta listen to that one again. They're so funny.
Nice.
Oh, Joni says, I saw one of your parents' performances online. Oh, that's so great. Thank you for watching that. That was actually one of our favorite live performances that we've ever done.
Canapé.
Yeah, it was at a venue called Le Canapé. Actually, it's a suburb of Paris called Gif-sur-Yvette, which is just like a couple train stops outside of Paris. Paris is obviously a huge city. I guess it's part of like the greater Paris area.
Yeah.
If you want to like talk about like the greater Rochester area, I guess that's how I think of it in my mind. But yeah, it was so amazing, that experience. So thank you so much for watching
Thank
that.
you for watching.
Betsy's watching. Hi, Betsy. And Maggie. She says, Maggie and I say hi and we enjoyed the music. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Betsy.
It's your
and
birthday
Maggie.
week. Yeah. Jeff Trumbull. Hey, Jeff and Sharon and Laura. Great to have you all here again. He says, another great job. Tony Bennett, one of my dad's loves. He played him a lot. Oh, and I don't think I told you that our new friend, Jeff, his father was a jazz musician. He played, I think he
nice.
said he played saxophone and other wind instruments. I think you mentioned that he mostly played the saxophone, and he had his own band. So great. So that's why Jeff knows so much of this great music and great
Very
American
nice.
songbook tunes. So
Yeah.
we're really looking forward to meeting you in real life someday,
Yeah,
whenever this is
thank you.
all over.
Thank you.
And it's been cool kind of like having a connection to some new friends here
Yes.
during this time. And our not only new friends, but our friends and family who we already knew. But yeah, it's nice to have the internet to keep us connected during this time.
Thank you, Jeff.
Hey
for
Dad,
sharing.
thank you so much for watching. And I hope you don't mind me sharing all those that funny picture of us in San Francisco. I love that photo so much. And when I was looking through all those photos for the slideshow, all these memories of the trip were just coming back, and it was so much fun. 2 trips actually. The first time we went to San Francisco, well, the first time that I went to California with my family was when my Aunt Yolanda's daughter, Michelle, and her now husband, Paul, got married. We went to San Jose, California for their wedding, and then we also took a little side trip to San Francisco for a couple days. That was in 2006, I think. And then a couple years later, we went again and took another trip, and it was just so wonderful both times.
Very nice. Jan, thank you
Yeah,
for watching.
thank you, Dad.
Thank you, Jan.
Your mom's watching. Hola, Ma.
Hola, Ma.
Great to have you here. Muchas gracias.
Gracias, Ma.
She left a wonderful collection of emojis here. I love it. I love that. So sweet. Hey, Margie. Margie Campaign.
Margie
Did I say your
Campaign.
last name right? I hope I did. Margie, great to have you here.
Thank you, Margie.
She says 50 concerts, no repeats. So that's amazing, you guys. Thank you. Yeah, we're
Thank
really
you.
excited. And I just realized today, because now we've done 53 concerts. Wait, today's Thursday. We did number 50. One, two, three. Yeah, this is concert 53. If you think about it, technically we've done, if we were doing like 1 gig per week during a year, we just did a year's worth of gigs in 50 consecutive days.
Yeah.
Sometimes, well, in regular life before this all happened, we were doing more than 1 gig a week most of the time.
Yeah, so it's amazing to do this
Yeah.
every day. I mean,
It feels great for us to do it
for
every
us
day,
to keep
really.
playing every day.
Yeah,
is so
we're
nice.
truly
Thank you.
enjoying it. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't feel like work for us, but it's always a challenge that we enjoy,
Yes,
which is like,
this great.
I guess that pretty much sums up the thing about being a musician.
Yes,
Like,
and especially because sometimes we cannot play some of the repertoire. I mean,
Mhm.
you know, because it depends what kind of event we are playing.
oh,
No,
when we
that's
do
why-
our live performances.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But here, well, we will little bit free to share more
Yeah,
variety
we're in our
and
own
things like
home.
that. Thank you.
What you mean by that is that we don't play No Mystery at like
exactly,
a wedding.
That kind of, yeah, that
For
kind
those of you
thing.
who heard us play Chick Corea's composition No Mystery a few nights ago, I would love to play that one again in a few months just because it's so much fun.
Oh, yes. He's missing a lot of repertoire.
Yeah.
Just yeah. But
Oh,
thank you,
Siobhan
thank you.
also says, congrats on 600. Yeah, 600 likes. We're excited.
Yay.
And Samantha Lesser, hi, Muffin. Great to have you here
Samantha,
again.
thank you for watching.
She was watching last night too, and I didn't see her comment until
Oh.
afterwards, so I'm glad I'm seeing it now.
Sorry
hey,
that we
Samantha.
sometimes missing the comments
Yeah,
but we
but
always,
now on this new device, they're all showing up
Good.
apparently, so I'm happy about that.
This is good. Thank you, Samantha.
Yeah,
Thank
we miss you so much. Can't wait to visit you when this is all over. Hola, Ale. Ale says saludos, Alejandro Senior.
Oh, hola, gracias.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Gracias.
Oh, apparently I said you're welcome correctly in French. Margie says
Oh.
she typed it exactly how I imagined it. And your last name looks very French, Margie. You must be French. If you should, we'd love to take some French lessons from you sometime.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah. Dylan, hey Dylan. He says
Dylan.
abrazos a
Abrazos.
ti también. I'm
Abrazos.
loving this multilingual feed right now. So
This is
I see
great.
3 comments in a row where Margie says de rien, and then Dylan says abrazos, and then Alejandro is saying saludos.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting a little better at French and
Yeah.
trying to remember some of my Spanish.
Spasiba.
That's Russian. All right. So it looks like I saw all the Facebook comments. I'm gonna try checking YouTube now. I know our YouTube audience is still growing. Actually, let's see if I can. Is that on here?
Yeah, should be.
Let's see. Probably looking right at it. I'm using a new device now, so I'm trying to figure out where everything is. If I can't. Oh, there it is. I see. Almost. I was gonna say if I can't find the app here, then I'll look through them later. But here it is. Well, we hope you've all been having a great week number 8, and finding creative ways to stay
The weather
occupied at home.
is better. It was
Yeah,
better.
that's
today.
true. Although it's funny because we went for a walk.
Well,
and
here in Rochester.
this
I'm not
happens in
sure.
Rochester so much, where we went outside for a walk, and there was no rain. It was kind of gray, but it didn't
Just
really
a
look like
little
it was gonna rain.
Gentle, very gentle. rain.
Yeah, but then we got like kind of a little far away from our house, and it started getting a little harder. So, and that's always kind of a hard thing for me, because it's like, if it's not raining that hard, I don't really want to turn around and come home. But on the other hand, I don't want to get caught in the rain when we're really far from our house if it starts getting heavy. So we like never really know what to do when that happens. I call that like Rochester weather syndrome.
Exactly.
We ended up coming back and then going out again for another like 10 or 15 minutes, because we came back home and then the rain had kind of stopped.
We should bring our ponchos with us.
Exactly. Next time we'll just do that. I think that was all the comments for tonight. If
All
I
right.
missed your comment somehow, I'm going to look through them again just in case, but it looks like they all showed up here tonight, so
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. Thank you all so much for joining us. Great to have you all here. We will see you back here again 23 hours from now. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad that this.
Yeah, at least something good about that photo. I saw all the comments there.
Well, that is
Yeah.
we can try
We
to
keep
do
using it for that, yeah.
Yeah.
That phone is literally just gonna be for comments from now. That'll be the one reason to keep it.
Exactly. Well, it's still
Yeah, I'm just gonna
going good.
do this right here.
Oh, okay.